I thought I'd make another video real fast just because the last one had some scene, of intention and goal and destination kind of thing, and this one I'm just gonna ramble for a minute. I really genuinely hope everybody who's watching this is doing well, is progressing through life in a good way. Blessings out to you, peace out, all these things. You've made it pretty far to, understand what I'm saying and click this video and continue to listen to it. So, it's fucking awesome. I just want to vocalize the importance of self-love, of self awareness, really, self-appreciation almost. So, like, I know, for example, that when I'm in, like, because I work at, I'm a line cook right now. I'm way more than that, but currently I have the position of a line cook at a very corporate restaurant. I work 35 to 40 hours a week, and the way that my schedule's orientated, I spend lots of time at work. And I'm not going to go into specifics because it doesn't matter, because I know others work way harder than I could ever imagine. But I know that through my experience, I'm finding it very draining and very difficult to maintain a positive fucking outlook on my experience just because of the conditions that I'm in and just my inability to appreciate and just, my desire for more and better is leading me to dismiss and discourage what I'm doing when I'm at work specifically. So I'm just finding it rather difficult to maintain, a state of positivity, just because of how, frequently I am submerged in this environment that I am just so reluctant to be in. And I have and am and still do, like, train myself to, while I'm there, to, appreciate it and just not dread being there. But there's just something about that waking up in the morning and that bike ride and that obligation of, I work from 11 to 10 kind of thing, where it's like I'm so not in the mood to do this. And that feeling over time really begins to wear down on you, and it's like it really starts to suppress some of the things that you do just because of all the time and energy you're putting into something that you don't want to do. So, I mean, I do want to do it, that's why I go. If I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't do it. But there's like this sense of obligation, the sense of entrapment, the sense of I have to instead of I want to, that leads it to be like a destructive force, even though it pays the bills kind of thing. Because that's what it comes down to, is it's paying the bills. But, life's a lot more than that at the same time. I just, I have sympathy for those in the rat race, those that struggle financially, that have to work their ass off. Because I'm in a very lucky position of not having too many obligations and too many things that I'm tied down to financially, especially. And I have a lot of freedom with where I go and what I do, and I'm very much a free bird right now. I very much have the capacity to get up and change. It's just I'm trying to learn the discipline of dealing with the systematic routine, while also trying to, encourage myself to still be true to what I want to do. So still making videos, still producing content, still vocalizing with my friends and family, still being intimate with the things that I desire in my life, making art, making poetry, thinking, reading, things like that. And that's when it, when you work, when I work, I often come home and I feel so drained. So the things that are seemingly challenging to me, like writing a good poem or, even making a video, even though it's really, videos aren't that way, but like there's just certain, like, okay, I'm reading this book. It's called The History of Knowledge, and it basically is a chronological display of all of humanity's pivotal moments throughout history that have, perpetuated the state of where we are now. And it goes through, like, Egyptian era, Mesopotamia, Greek, Roman, the Dark Ages, the Middle Ages, the Renaissance, all the way up to, the current date, or when that book was written. It goes all the way up to, like, 21st century kind of thing. And it's a beautiful book, but it's incredibly dense and incredibly, it takes draining to read almost, because it's just so packed full of information. It's not like reading a simple story where, it's a page turner. Like, no, that book, each page is like a whole book almost, because it's just so intense, and so many pivotal moments in history that really, deserve attention. So when I read that book, it's almost like I'm, like, exerting myself and challenging myself to, like, to learn something and to, like, really incorporate something. But when I, like, for instance, because I used to have a bad habit of playing video games and watching YouTube, and I still watch YouTube, but not nearly as much, because that's a habit I'm really trying to, like, as ironic as it is that I'm making a YouTube video, I'm really trying to break away from just indulging in the entertainment qualities of YouTube, or not completely, but just having more self-control over, because the way that recommended is and how many content creators there are out there, you can just keep going and going and going down the rabbit hole of, things to watch and things that are very convenient and, funny. Like, I enjoy YouTube and things like that, but there's also another whole side to it where you can use it as a real genuine tool. Like me making this video, it's not just like an entertaining, like, bam bam bam, here's a bunch of transitions and shit. But either way, it's like, I know that I have to take some authority over what I choose to participate in and choose to appreciate more, because, like, reading for me is so much better for my health and just my sanity than, like, fucking watching meme compilations or fucking cringe compilations on YouTube, or watching, just some shit, playing some fucking video games kind of thing. Like, getting outside and getting some fucking sun is better than me sitting in fucking doors all the time. Getting out in fresh air is better than AC kind of thing. Fucking every once in a while taking a cold shower and conditioning myself to discomfort is better than fucking, showering hot and being super comfortable. There's just qualities of life that are, challenging, but also, like, very rewarding. Because usually the things that are the most challenging at the end are the most, rewarding. And that's, like, a subjective opinion, but at the same time, like, I feel like it's kind of a fact. Like, the bigger the question, the bigger the answer kind of thing. And so, life's a journey. We're going from A to B, from B to C, C to D kind of thing. And, if I'm at A right now, I want B to be, a place that I, desire to an extent. Somewhere that I'm, like, shooting for, a goal, a destination, a dream, whatever. And I don't want to be stuck in this rut of systematic thinking and predetermined feelings about things. Like, I want to open up new doors of thoughts and, branch the synapses out and just continue to grow. But either way, I know the conversation has, not the conversation, but the words and the thoughts have, squirmed their way all over many different areas. But I'm really just trying to say, if I was going to gist it up and summarize it, that personally I feel like the conveniency of pleasure distracts me from the challenging long-lasting rewards. And so, in order for me to mature and develop in a way that I wish to be the change you want to see kind of thing, I aim to discipline myself and challenge myself more so that I can have long-lasting appreciation for things and not get stuck in a deja vu state, in a circulatory regulated, like, I want a little bit of chaos with the order. I don't want to go to work every day, and I could live in this apartment going to that job for years. I absolutely could. I have the capacity to do that. Like, there's nothing stopping me other than me. I'm very capable, I'm very knowledgeable, and I'm very, aware that I could continue this cycle, but I am not in a place of gratification. If this was the only option, then I would take it, but life is this fractal of potentiality in all directions. So just because something, really the problem lies within. I know that. My demeanor, my understanding, my interpretation of what is around, and my lack of, authentication and just appreciation over what I'm exposed to. But there's a certain degree of, like, there's only so much somebody can, deal with before it becomes more, not worth the, because, like, we are these, vibrational, just fucking, I don't know, it's hard to put into perspective what we really are, but we are these beings of potentiality. We are the complete fabric of all there is in some way, and I know that me going to get a job at B won't fix the way that I interpret the job. Like, I have to develop myself while also exposing myself to new things that lead my development. So it's like, I don't want to run from something, I want to run to something. And either way, YouTube brothers and sisters, my demographic that drink your fruit juice, get some sleep, do the good things that you like to do. Don't waste your time doing things that are destroying you. There's a balance to everything. Sometimes you can eat shit food, but surround yourself with things that perpetuate you.